All right, so we're going to talk about Adobe Photoshop. Right now, I have Adobe Photoshop 24 open. In this quick lesson, I don't know how long it's going to be, maybe a few minutes. I'm going to teach you basic things about Adobe Photoshop and what a powerful imaging software that is. It's gonna allow you to create images, create illustrations, designs. It just offers such a wide range of things. And one of the things that I decided to do is as I opened up Adobe Creative Cloud, and then it opened up Photoshop for me. It opened up this new try to make a new avatar type thing, and has a whole bunch of different layering. So I just thought I would go with that. But there's a couple of things that I want to get people familiar with. So let's talk about it really quick. If you want to do anything before you do anything right now, so like right now, say I just opened this up and it says Untitled 1. The first thing I always want to do is I want to hit File and then hit Save As. And let's just save it in our Snap Lens. And got a business plan in my receipts. And let's make a new folder here. Let's just do just a fun, and I usually do underscore created artistic work. And underscore work. Okay, and that way it just kind of keeps it now. It's going to give you a choice of a large format, Photoshop PDF, or a TIFF. Because this is a PSD, so Photoshop is going to allow me to do layers and different things. And I can always tag here, and I'll just put Snap Lens. That's the name of the company. And I can add that tag, and I can also add Ty Swartz. Ty Swartz right there. And then let's go ahead and name, let's just do Photoshop underscore lesson underscore 1. And we'll just leave it at that. We can embed a color profile if we want, but we're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to hit save. And so right now we have a blank document, but as you notice, it's saving right here. But it also changed this, Adobe Photoshop. It says Photoshop Lesson 1 PSD. So that's the first thing that we're going to do is we've saved our first file. Now, one of the things that I do tell people once they get into using Photoshop, now I use a Mac version. And so what I do is say file handling. One of the first things I like to do, automatically save and recovery. I like to save 5 minutes because no matter what I do, every 5 minutes it's recording in a backup for me. And that saves me in case I have a problem with my computer. Now this is a Mac, so everything on the Mac is underneath here, Photoshop 24. If you're using a PC, it'll actually be under File, under Preferences. So right now I'm using a Mac, and I might use a PC a couple of times just so you can see the difference. I always tease my students that you have to be bilingual. Now, the first thing that I do tell people, the next thing that you want to do before you do anything else is you want to set up your software to where you like it. And this right here is our the way we like to set things up. So I'm going to basically create a new workspace. So let's do the workspace like I like it. So I'm going to put this over here. I think I can move this. I don't. That's. I don't know how to move that. Oh, I can move that over here then. We'll just move that off the off that screen. Okay. So this has all of my tools on this side. This right here on this side over here has all the palettes. So I can choose different colors, patterns, gradients, and different things. My history. So this is everything I've done since I opened this file. And now what I want to do now is I want to take a look at my layers. And that's the different things that you can do. Now, we got a couple of different interfaces. So over here's your tools. This side is your panels. So this controls a lot of the things that you see. And then up here, each tool has its own user interface and what you can and can't do with it. Now, I'm not going to go into every single tool, But I just wanted to kind of show you everything. Now, I always say leave everything on the move tool to keep you safe. So if I touch anything, nothing's going to move or anything. So that's kind of how the interface is. And right now, again, I made some changes. I haven't made any changes. So if I hit save, it doesn't save anything. Okay. Now, I want to talk about working with tools, layers, filters, and some effects. So, and that's going to kind of just do a quick version of what we're doing here. So let's do add your photo. And so I'm just going to turn on. See, look at this. Oh, I'm so cute. I added my photo. So what I'm going to do here is I want to shut that layer off too. I was playing around, so I want to show you guys that later. So I'm going to add my photo first. So right here is my photo, and let me go ahead and delete that. And let me go ahead and just hit add photo. So I'm going to hit file, and I'm going to hit embed. And then I am going to, where did I find my photo? Oh, right here. Oh, look at that. I got all kinds of photos here. But I'll use this one. That's just an old photo of me. So right now that is my photo. And I'll hit the check mark, and I have done that check mark. Now I don't want this black photo here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this tool right here, which is called the quick selection tool. And I can just do really quick. I'm going to hit select subject. So it's going to select me. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to hit mask. I just got rid of the background. That's how quickly you can get rid of the background. And now that I have that, I can minimize this, add your photo, and I'm going to do is choose my background. Now I'm going to put myself in space. So I've decided that I want to be in space. Now, as you see here, I'm going to shut my photo off. Space is pretty cool. But I want to take the space and I want to separate it because I want to put myself, if I turn on my picture now, so right now I'm on top of the moon. I don't want to be on top of the moon. So what I'm going to do here is with my space, I'm going to use my selection tool here, and I'm just going to highlight the moon, just get as best as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, we're just quickly showing stuff here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit layer via copy. And so what I did is, even though the moon is still here, I actually created another copy. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put it up here with add your photo. And I'll open that up. And now I'll turn it on. Now, see, I'm behind the moon. Now, notice that I am kind of big in this photograph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my picture. I'm going to hit Control T. And let's make myself just a little bit smaller. And so now I'm a little bit smaller. And then I'll hit the check mark. Okay, so now I've worked with a couple of layers. So one is I've added my photo. And what I did is I added the moon right there. So basically, I created a new layer and then I added the moon in front of that layer. So now I can just take that layer and bring it up here. And then there's another layer right there. So actually, that looks pretty good. And then I can take these two and I can combine them together. And let's see, merge layers. So now I have just one layer. Okay. And now I've taken my picture here. And let's see. Okay, so I've done two. I've created. I chose a background. I've added my photograph, and let's choose some design elements. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Let's see. I'm in space. Oh, that's cool. I could put a parrot right there on my shoulder, but I don't think that a parrot would look good. I don't know about the triangle. No, definitely. Of course, I could definitely use a flower right there in my hair to cover up some of my bald spots. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty cool. But I'm not going to use that. Let's see. Bubble. Ooh, look at the bubbles. I could be in the bubbles. I like the bubbles. It's like I have my own little space helmet. So I think I'm going to use the bubbles. Yeah. Add this little tone. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Well, I'm not going to use a butterfly. Lilies, probably not. Ooh, a UFO. Let's pop the UFO over here. And oh, definitely, let's do an astronaut. So he's my buddy. Maybe I'll do the astronaut and I'll put the astronaut kind of, let's twist him up a little bit. Let's turn the astronaut. Actually, let's put the astronaut over here. And I can double click it and stop touching the astronaut. But right here, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to put there. I'll put that right there. So kind of what I'm trying to do is if you look here at my shoulder here, I'm trying to cover that up. It's nothing too exciting. So what I want to do is I'm just going to cover up my shoulder with that UFO, and there we go. So that's how we mess with layers. So if you think about layers, it's really simple. It's kind of like working with cake. You have to have a base layer, and now notice here, if I put my if I put my photo here, if I put my photo on top, so Control Z, Control Z saves you a lot. But if I decide, so it's like layerings is really simple. So my design ideas are right here. So those are now in front of my picture. My picture is now in front of the background. So, and now that's kind of how everything is set up. Now, if I wanted to use this as a social media post, what I could do here is hit File, and then I can hit Export, Export As, and then I can hit JPEG. Now, this is 2,000 pixels by 2,000 pixels. And so that's a pretty good size. And I don't know whose copyright it is, so I'll make sure that their copyright is recognized. And then I'll hit Export. Where am I going to put this? Well, let's... those are different. Where did I say I was going to put this? Oh, Snap Lens. Create right there, and we're going to put it right there in Save. And there we go. There's my photo that I created and gave you a quick summary of Adobe Photoshop.